Red 4, you hear the distinctive sound of something bouncing off the wall in your alleyway, and it happens to be falling directly towards your group. Chummers, before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor and give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on any of those audio casting areas. Those interactions go a long way in helping us reach new people who are interested in running the shadows. And we are also trying to hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube this season, and we can't do it without your help. With that out of the way, the recap of last episode was the all-magical adventure through the wide, wonderful astral plane and jumping to the different metaverses. Of course, once again, the magical trio in tow to get Otto's powers back. Then they may have succeeded. You'll just have to go and watch the episode and find out. But that's not where we're going for today. Today we're going back to somewhere different. I know you can't wait to hear what that is, but before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor.
New York, 2072. Megacorps rule over everything from their gilded skyrakers, crushing everyone underfoot. Meanwhile, the metahuman population is squeezed between the corpse and the human supremacist polyclubs, until it boils over with the bombing of the Metahumanity Pride Parade. You know what that means, right, chummer? It's time to take pride against prejudice. Join a team of Shadowrunners thrown together by circumstance, trying to make a living in the cracks of the sprawl, as they find out who was behind the bombing and put a stop to the mastermind behind it and their plans, once and for all. Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
And now finally, the reveal of where we are from last time on SINless, where we had Kaze meeting with some long forgotten family members and maybe the one who trained him in the art of the sword. And he has graciously agreed to take on a daring mission to possibly save or find one of his contacts, but it also has been weaseled in to actually undertake this Renraku mission that some in the camp would call it a suicide run, just from what's being come out. So bringing it back in, we're in the Renraku / Yukos camp that is surrounding the Arcology. We had a nice little discussion about incidents that happened, and you were able to talk to the prisoner that they did have, and now you're being introduced to the squad that is going to assist you in getting inside. You have Red 1, who is going to be your tech specialist. Any door that you need to get through, any piece of drone technology that you come across that may be salvageable, Red 1 is the one who should be handling it. Red 2, one of your melee specialists going into the Arcology. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you can't rely on guns and you have to go with the old fists or swords. Red 3. No wave? Okay. Red 3 is going to be one of your ranged specialists. He is there packing the firepower to help you get through some of the tough situations. And that brings us finally to Red 4.
Yeah.
Red 4. Another melee specialist ready to help get you through the terrors of the Arcology. possibly a few days away from retirement. We are not sure.
Yeah, finally time to go on my honeymoon. Ooh, it's been several years.
So this is the team that you're introduced to. So anything that you want to say to them or things that you'd like to go over as you are introduced to them from the one of the head Renraku security specialist, as this will be your team leader going into the Arcology.
While I think about that, quick aside question here, easy. What was the statting on the armor that I got the last time? Because I don't think I wrote that down somewhere. I feel like
You'll be handed again Renraku specialist security armor. Should give you 7/7 as long as you are also wearing the helmet.
Gotcha. But if I'm wearing the helmet, how will people see how cool I look?
Well, you'll just have to assume that maybe you'll just have to tie a sash around your waist so that it blows in the air conditioning breeze of the Arcology when you do those cool samurai poses.
No, I got to do like the Buddha back wrap, like the battle band, where it goes around the shoulder, crossed on the back.
I see.
I think that might be the better way to go here. In regards to red team, hello.
You've got this young-looking guy who has apparently been slapped into some Renraku security armor. You've never seen him before, but a buzz around the camp is apparently he's some high to-do with some of the upper-ups.
Do we know anything like about him other than him being the leader?
No, you're just introduced that he'll be leading the team. You have your mission. You're supposed to go in and find the high-value target, one computer technician, Maragoro. You have his biometric data. You have a picture of what he looks like. It's been uploaded into your HUD, your shared HUD. So,
I'm assuming that everybody here has been briefed on the overall of what to look out for once we get in there. Yes, black bands on the upper right arm. Make sure that if you see anybody fully covered that can't prove to you that they don't have banding, they are to be treated as hostiles unless proven otherwise. For our techies that are coming in with us, please do not jack into any data ports once we're inside. Remember, all robots are evil. We have a notice that we may also encounter some paracritters inside, as the zoo creatures on the lower level were freed, and there is a potential that they will be out and about. Also, as soon as we are inside of the building proper, please make sure to turn off ID tags, because they could be a detriment to us once inside, as the system will be able to scan and follow us pretty much wherever at all times if we are tagged on. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments, criticisms before we get started here today?
Yeah, how do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
Unfortunately, you're already here, Monfrere, so that means we only got one way to go, and that is inside.
all of this you guys will be able to relay and talk to each other as you've been piled into an all-purpose armored vehicle, and you're actually leaving the quarantine zone, but you're not traveling towards the Arcology, you're traveling away from it. There are also 5 large crates that have been stacked in the armored personnel carrier with you.
What's in the box?
What's in the crates?
Anybody gonna open them? You all gonna go look?
Clearly.
Yeah, sure. There is scuba gear. You have oxygen tanks, flippers, and a motorized sled.
Ooh.
For underwater travel.
Okay.
We have a DSRV.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope. Okay.
Well, judging by these boxes, I think they want us to just walk in the front door. So what do you guys think? That
As it's been driving away from the front door for the past 20 minutes or so, you guys will eventually pull into the familiar gray landscape of the Puyallup Fields. And you are apparently on your way to Puget Sound to infiltrate through water reclamation.
So, Sonny, what kind of skills do you bring to the mission?
Um,
Oh, and I was actually looking at one of the other ones across the way. Oh, you. Yes.
I'm pretty all right with a sword, and even better with a needle and thread. So, we'll see what that has to do with getting in here. Why are you here?
Me?
Yeah, not that I'm, not thankful for, that all the help that we get on this squad, but you seem like maybe not who I would peg as top 20 choice for, say, a field mission of this caliber.
Me? I'm one of the deadliest train killers you'll ever meet, Sonny. I've been on tons of missions out there across several countries. But I'm kind of just here for my last couple of days before retiring. Figure might as well have one good swing of things.
Fair enough. Appreciate you lending your talents to.
I'm also a big fan of Hearts of Steel. Yes, I know you were wondering.
Oh, I see. You know what? When we make this out of this, my friend, I will make sure to get your information from HR, and I will get you a signed 8x10. I maybe know Archer Steel. He's what you could say is a acquaintance of mine.
So you guys are going to have this short drive. You'll make it to the sound without any problems. There's another specialist team that's there waiting to get you all set up with your scuba gear and instruct you on how everything works. From the layout of the Arcology, they know that when you enter in through water reclamation, it should be pretty sparse. They don't expect you to run into any resistance. But you'll be on basement level 14. The last known ping for your high value target, he was on floor 13. So you've got to make it to at least floor 13 to try to find it. That was his last tag that was received.
Well, I'm sure we could just take an elevator up. He'll be fine. Yeah.
Once you're inside, decide how you want to traverse the Arcology yourself. They don't have any reliable intelligence on what you'll be running into, but assume everything is hostile. And with that, they'll fit you with your oxygen tanks and your flippers, and you're set to head off into the sound through the tube for water reclamation. Everybody give me one athletics test. You'll get a bonus 3 dice because you're using the supplied gear. All right, well, the rest of the team is doing fine. Your team leader is starting to get dragged back by the current.
I'll go back and get him.
Anybody want to assist him? You can assist. Anybody that assists, you can add another die and test again. Team leader. Back on track, catching up with the T. You guys will travel down this pipe fighting the current, which is why you needed these sleds. Even with the sled, it's still slow and tough going. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you can rise up out of the pipe into a very large kind of cistern.
Can I pop up first and scope it out real quick?
Sure.
So I'm the only one with, I guess, with like a real gun.
All right. Give me an intelligence roll for scoping out the area. Doesn't appear to be any kind of movement at all. The lights are out. You're only getting the soft glow of the emergency lighting that helps light the room.
Okay, so I'll get on the comm link. Everything looks clear. No lights. Move up.
I'm assuming Kaze goes first in every situation, right? He's the leader. You got it, bud. Go get him, Tiger.
As he says that the area looks clear, I come like splashing up out from under the water, like flailing up on the surface, and then like take my respirator out. And I'm just like, oh man, do not like the scuba, you know? Not my idea of a good time. How's everything looking up here? Looks all right so far. Nothing too crazy.
As he's saying this, his voice kind of echoes in this empty chamber.
Red 3 will just like turn his head and look.
I thought you said it was clear.
I'm gonna look around with thermal. Do I see anything?
No, there's nothing. In fact, the room is actually quite cool.
Yeah, fun.
No heat electronics, nothing like that is registering on thermovision at all. Just the regular machinery that's running, that's doing water dispersal and reclamation.
All right.
Seems to be completely automated. The room is pretty large, as it does hold some water reserve tanks as well. But this is only the one room that you've come up on in the entire basement 14 level. You don't know how big the entire level is.
And we don't have a map of what the Arcology was like before, do we?
You have a rough estimate of what it's like. Yeah, you have the before, but
Right.
you don't know how reliable that is.
Okay. How many exits do we have here?
From this room, you have 2 exits.
Okay.
At least that's what it shows on the map. If you want to explore and see if there's anything different, you're welcome to.
Well, I'll just signal to Kaze. What's next, sir?
What's the plan of attack here?
Move in.
Which door?
How many doors were there?
2.
2?
Yep.
All right, I pull out a coin from in my pocket.
Oh, we're going to die.
Dude, I'm gonna lean into red one, just be like, this is some hot shot.
I
Is he-
guess so. It's probably one of those shadow runners.
The worst.
So he points to a door. You guys gonna open it, or what do
Yeah,
you want to do?
I'll move up in our standard formation,
Should we,
covering the door.
And we'll
should we
stack
like
up.
set like a formation line of how we enter rooms and stuff like that? Like
Probably would be smart.
probably.
No, that's silly. Who breaches tactically?
Your security specialists of Renraku, I would assume that you probably have an order that you're used to.
I'm,
So if
I'm
you
going
wanna
to
set it-
recommend our katana guy first, followed by our polearm guy, followed by the range guy, followed by Kaze.
Katana in one hand and then pistol in the other.
Sure.
But then how are you going to turn the knob?
One of you is going to do it, and then I'm going to go in. That's usually one person enters while someone else opens.
The reach before.
I'm on
Alright.
opening duty.
All right. Are you opening the door?
Yes.
Are you going to let them bicker about it some more?
No, we're in formation for this, and we do like the standard signal that we do, and then also we haven't been stealthing this whole time, but we're kind of under the assumption we want to be.
This is the first room that you've entered.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, we did a scan of the room when we came up, but we haven't stealthed yet so far.
Also, our furious leader was talking very loudly, and it was probably echoing through this place. So stealth's probably out the window now.
What?
Okay,
so-
it's one room. They're closed doors. Who knows?
Also, real quick before we close this door, everybody ID tags off.
Do that. Also,
What
also
ID
say
tags? I don't. What
your
were you?
transmitters that would try to transmit to the outside of your current
Oh,
location.
I see. Yeah, okay. I didn't even think we had anything. Yeah.
I assume we had those off before we left the van.
Probably turned them off when you got in the tube.
I'm sure
But I
some of
just-
us do like okay, and then like they've already done it, but they want to humor them,
All right, checking the door or just busting through. What do you want to do?
swinging it open.
Okay, swings right open into a open hallway. There's a bunch of pipes going overhead. Again, lit by emergency lighting through the hallway.
I'm stealthing,
It's,
by the way.
It's eerily quiet. Like there's no music playing. There's no sound other than just like a few drips from like leaky pipes in the ceiling and the sounds of your wet boots on the floor. Okay.
I will constantly be watching behind us.
Okay.
Like, yeah, kind of just checking back and forth on a constant. Whenever we open doors, I will be looking into the room that we just came from, not looking at the door that gets opened.
Well, you're out in this long hallway.
Keep
you want to go
advancing forward.
left, or like going left? Or you going right?
Well, does the hallway split? Like, what's you just said it was a hallway with pipes?
Yeah, you open the door and it's a long hallway that goes left and right with piping overboard. There's some other doors that you can spot along the way. They might go into other water reclamation rooms. Don't know.
What's the map say?
Map says that if you go down the right hallway, you'll eventually come to an elevator bank and stairwell.
Right.
You go down the left side, you'll get to another elevator bank and stairwell. It'll just be further away. The one to the right is closer.
Is it closer to our goal?
Well, you have to go up. You have to get to the 13th floor, so technically it's closer to your goal because it's closer to where you are currently.
Fearless leader?
Should probably go right.
Sure you don't want to flip a coin again?
All right, go left.
All right, to the left it is.
Okay, so you head down the left, keeping eyes open and everything. Doesn't look like you run into anything. It's fairly clean down here too, like no refuse trash or anything like that. But you'll make it to the elevator bank and stairwell without running into anybody. What do you want to do?
Elevator or stairs?
Stairs. I don't trust anything electronic in this building, so going to be a lot of manual labor on this one, I think.
So now the question, when you walk into the stairwell, obviously you can see it go up for quite a ways. How far are you going to take the stairs?
We'll go up one floor to the 13th floor and then go check the 13th floor to see if we can find any signs from the previous team that we're looking for.
Oh, wait a minute, no, we're on basement.
Yeah,
14.
we're going up.
Yeah, I thought we were going to basement 13 is what.
No,
Matt
it's
said.
on floor 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going up like 26 floors.
All right, yeah, then 26. Let's go, gentlemen.
Right.
Hike up those boots.
Just going up as far as you can.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think until we find some sign of
At a leisurely pace too, so we don't exhaust ourselves. Take some breaks, get some water, make sure we stretch, all that good stuff.
Do you need more stealth rolls for this?
No, keeping your same stealth roll because you haven't really run into anybody. When you run into somebody, we'll retest after that.
Okay.
So you guys will make it up to basement floor 12.
So two floors.
That's not a lot of progress.
Well, you'll make it 2 floors before you start noticing some things. Around stairwell 12, when you hit that level 12, basement 12, there's definitely been a lot of activity here. You can see there are some bloody handprints on the floor. There's like blast marks, bullet holes. However, the floor to door 12 looks like it is secure and locked.
Can we continue to go up?
Yeah, you can keep going up. This is just the first signs of kind of scuffle that you've noticed. We're on your map listed that basement floor 12 was the security training center. Continue on upward.
I guess. I mean, we haven't received any orders to stop, so.
Okay.
I imagine, like, we're stepping over people until we get to our goal here.
Does anybody need anything from the security floor before we leave? Onward.
You make it up from basement floor 12 all the way up to basement floor 6. This, according to your map, starts at the bottom of the parking garage area. Do you want to move out into the parking garage and move up, or continue up the stairwell? As you're moving up, as you've reached this first basement floor level for the parking garage area, you'll notice that some of the railing on the stairs is missing. Like it wasn't ripped out. It's been neatly removed.
Like somebody took the bolts out and pulled it up, or
no, not even took the bolts out. Just parts of it looked like they were cleanly cut through. Like if someone took a welding torch or a laser to it to cut it, but it was perfect.
So it's not burned?
No. But
what the hell could do that?
But the stairwell railing has started to be removed from this area.
I mean, this seems like an OSHA violation. I don't know about you, how you guys are feeling, but the stairwell's not really helping to make me feel any more secured here. What do you think about the possibility of moving through the parking garage to keep going up?
Gonna be awfully open.
It's true for us and them, though. So we do have the double-sided benefit, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
It's your show.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you guys are on this death mission with me. I just asking for a little input.
The only concern I see, well, it's open unless there's cars there. There might be things hiding under, near cars. We'd have to check every single car aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
It seems
Cars do also have a potential to explode, as I've noticed previously. So that could also be a problem. Yes, Red 4, I believe you.
Yeah. Whatever. First off, it's mission, not death mission.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, whatever brings us closer to danger.
I see. I like that attitude. Sorry, I forgot that my dossier has the not blacked out line parts that you guys got in yours. Yours just said mission. That's never mind. Doesn't matter. So Red 3, any opinion?
Like I said, it's your show. We're here to do the job. So whatever you think is best. We're told you're the big shot here, so we're following your lead.
It's a real team spirit attitude I can get behind. Okay, so essentially 1 opposed, 2 in favor of, and 1 indifferent to parking garage plan. I guess let's go through the parking garage. I don't trust this railing disappearance, and have a feeling that this is going to be in a potential of us having to get into combat. I like our favors more in an open space area that a parking garage would afford us than having to try to figure out how to fight in a stairwell with increasingly missing safety conveniences. So I think we should go in through the parking garage.
It's good to me.
Okay. Breach formation to go through the door?
You're entering on B6?
Yes.
Okay, just to let you know, the parking garage goes from B6 to B2.
Cool.
That's how big the parking garage area is.
Before we go in, kind of look at the map again to figure out where our next stairwell or entry point to go up is going to be.
Mm-hmm. You can keep following the parking garage and come out onto the regular entrance from the parking garage. That area will actually have been updated on your map because they can see that area. The quarantine is built almost a few hundred meters outside of the entrance. It is heavily fortified. There are constant hostiles on patrol around the front, not to mention the Arcology defenses that have been activated.
Is there another way up other than that?
You can keep going in from the parking garage. There'll be at least 4 other accessible stairwells that you could get to that should take you up onto the ground floor and mall area.
Okay, well, I'll let the team know, I'll let everybody know that we should probably stay away from the front and point out like the furthest stairwell from that location that we know is going to have hostile contact in it.
Or you could potentially keep going in the stairwell that you're in.
So yeah, it's a no from the leader. So
Yeah, I
we're
think
going
that-
through the garage.
I think that we go through the garage, keep the eye out, like
Sure.
Red 3 was saying, for the points of potential contact, and as long as we take it slow and steady, I think we'll be in an all right shape here. You know, good news is, guys, not really in a rush on this one, so we can kind of take our time and play it safe.
As they say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
I believe I did read that on the side of a maple syrup bottle once. Yes.
So heading out into basement 6. Obviously, the first thing you're going to notice is there's still a lot of cars parked in here. Being at the very bottom, you do see some security vehicles. They look like they have already been ransacked. There are other cars that you can see that have been parked that look like they've been either broken into or, again, mysteriously, neat portions of them have been cut away.
What could be doing this? Whatever that is going to be extremely dangerous.
Red 4 is gonna like run his hand across like one of the cut edges. And is it like, you're saying it's clean? It's not like singed. It's just,
It's not
is it
rough
cold?
like somebody's been cut through it. I mean, yeah, it's still cold metal.
okay.
It hasn't been done recently. It's been done obviously a while ago, but there's no jagged edge to it at all. The only thing that would really come to mind is something is using a laser to do these fine cuts. But then where the pieces are going, you have no idea.
Have you seen anything like this before?
I've seen many bladed adversaries. I have not faced someone with lasers. So this should be fun, huh? Have a good story for the missus after the mission? Fought against a robot.
I mean, I just want to point out that I do believe that the information pertaining onto this mission is classified, so I don't know if I would tell the missus about this one. Just tell her that we had a nice old milk run out to the store and everything went off without a hitch.
Ah, yes.
Not that I care personally, but I know that you've got the years in here in Renraku, and I'd hate to see that pension go to waste.
Once we're all piled into the garage, can I scope the situation out? I've got a 2x optic on my rifle.
Yeah, just off, look like going around one of the turns up towards the next level, you can catch some kind of movement in between a couple cars.
We have contact over there. Movement on the ramp.
I'm gonna swap to thermal and then my microscopic vision.
Microscopic is for making close things much closer. If you had telescopic, you'd be able to like
Fine.
zoom in.
Fine.
But thermo still helps.
Okay.
If you want to use thermo.
I'll use thermo to look towards ramp. Do I see any heat
Sure.
signatures?
Yes, there is a heat bloom coming from in between the two cars.
Whatever it is, it has blood. Well, or it's hot. It might not have blood, but let's hope it has blood, because then we can kill it.
We should probably move. We should move.
You gonna stealth up to it or try to avoid it?
I could stealth up to it. Let's go take a look. Let's see what's going on.
It's up to
I'm
you
in the
guys.
back. You guys go nuts.
Same.
Oh, true. Yeah. Good luck, guys.
All right, the other 3 of you, please roll me your stealth.
Hey, Red 3, cover me. Everyone else stay here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my rifle and set up the bipod with a line of sight and
just use
get
like
a covering field of fire.
Okay, just use like the trunk of a car, a nearby car. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, this thing's almost oblivious. So let me get you a description of what you're seeing when you get in between these two cars.
That's not a good thing. That means it's not human.
It could be humanoid.
I want Easy to just be like, have you ever seen the movie Virus? Kind of looks like the movie Virus.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. Jeez, this is weird. You see a construct. Okay. It looks like a disc that's the size of a small to medium dog. What makes it larger, though, are the 6 spider-like mechanical legs, 3 on each side protruding from it, that have hooked on to the cars, and then from an open kind of pod on the top of its head that has slid open, there's another slightly smaller arm-like appendage that has come through, and you can see that it is neatly cutting a section of the door of the car away. And you can see what the heat bloom is from, as it's using some kind of laser or welding torch to just neatly cut. It has not noticed you.
I have a comlink as cyberware. Does that mean, like, whenever I speak, is it out loud or?
You speak into the comlink softly, and they'll all hear it.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I found what's taking apart these cars. Some kind of drone. I've never seen anything like it.
Hasn't seen you?
Do you hear gunfire?
Well, you normally use a sword too.
I have a pistol. I've used. Besides the point, it hasn't seen me.
Clear comms.
You're just gonna sit there and watch it?
Guys, as a note going forward, yeses and nos are fine. That's all right. We're a team here. Let's just let's keep it that way. So yeses and nos are good. What do you think we should do on this? Red 2, do you want to try to push in to get him, or should we just sneak through and let it do its thing?
I just think he's preoccupied with his car. I think we go around it. No use in ringing the dinner bell yet.
Okay. Sounds good then, team.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, no.
Fair. Let us stealthily sally forth then.
Okay.
I'll make my way back to the group.
I'll point the direction for the next stairwell.
Sure. You can move past this. As you guys go past, you can all look in between the two cars, and you'll see this spider drone that is there, just taking pieces, cutting square pieces out of the doors and stacking them next to it.
Can we see how it's cutting these things apart?
It has an appendage arm that's coming out of one of the pods on the top of its head, and it's using like some kind of laser tool to cut these.
Yeah, I don't like that. That thing sounds super dangerous.
Red 1, I have a question for you. Yeah. If we were to say procure one of these drone bots, do you think you could finagle something out of that laser cutter tool that we might be able to use?
Yeah, anything's possible. I can't say I'm very familiar with laser drones that look like spiders, but I might be able to make something work.
Okay. That might be something worth keeping in mind for later. Because if we had one of those available, we wouldn't have to worry about any kind of locked security doors or anything. We could just cut our way into whatever we needed to get to. So
that was very true.
That might not be a bad idea.
You can also look at the back two of its legs near the rear of it. The small back compartment has opened, and this high tensile fiber is being drawn out of it and is wrapping around the cut pieces of metal that it's already cut.
So it has like a chain of metal all like attached in on like a line of.
Well, it's using some kind of fibrous tension wire to wrap the pieces that it's cut in like a makeshift web, maybe.
It's going to save it for later and then drain the juices out of it at its leisure.
Although, Lita, if I'm being honest, if we want to come back for one of these things, I'd rather we do it now when we know where it's at and we have the advantage on it. Because we leave, it's probably going to move, and we might not be able to spot it. It might see us coming.
That's a very valid point. Red 2 and Red 3, can you guys give me a quick perimeter scan and tell me if there's anything else in the area that you can pick up?
You can roll your intelligence, and its highest doesn't appear to be anything else in the area.
The area appears to be clear.
So in the comm links, so I could talk to everybody. Speaking with Red 1, I think that we might be able to make some use out of whatever laser cutter tech this drone has going on here. How would you guys feel about trying to set up to go for a quick and clean takedown on this bad boy and see what we can find out?
Again, you're the boss. I don't think it's a good idea. Who knows what this thing's connected to? And if we take it out, it might let everybody know that we're here. But ultimately, it's your decision.
Red 2's just going to look at you. Just go, no.
Also valid, Red 4, opinion?
I am ready to strike down this foe at a moment's notice.
See, that's the kind of can-do attitude that I'd like to see a little bit more of out of this team here. You know, I'm just, if they're gonna know we're here eventually, we might as well start utilizing our best options for ourselves as we can anyway. As I see Red 2 make that face as I say that, I'm just like, what, you think that we're gonna be able to get in and out of the most secured AI-run building in the entire Metroplex and nobody's gonna know that we're here? You think that we're the first squad that's been sent in here and they're not already running some type of defensive protocols? There's a very high possibility that they know that we're here and they just don't care yet. So if they're underestimating us, we should use that to our advantage because they're gonna find out one way or another at some point anyway.
I'm going to take it you never trained at the Forge.
Never trained at the Forge, my friend. My friend.
You don't even know what the Forge is, do you?
Who do you think set up the current trading protocol within the Forge?
Your leader. If you really think we should be attacking this thing now.
General consensus, we've got a 3-2 on this one, gentlemen. I think we set up for it and see what we can do.
All right, raising the alarm. Let's go. Put my pistol away, sword out, ready to go.
Try to not damage the insides. Kill it without killing it.
As best we can. I don't really know how much of that is going to be possible, but you know what? Let's see what we can do.
Okay. So, what are we doing here?
How loud do you want this to be? I mean,
if ideally, if we could just set up to where it's me, Red 2, and Red 4 able to take this bad boy out, via the melee option, I think that's probably going to be the best course of action.
Yeah, if I fire this gun, it's going to be super loud.
Yeah, I'm going to say Red 1 and Red 3 hang back and cover. If there's anything else that would show up, that's your time to shine. But for the time being, me, Red 2, and Red 4 will try to take out the drone by itself.
Okay.
Will be the plan.
All right, so you guys are gonna jump it, basically. All three of you will get the drop on the drone, as it is not really paying attention, and its sensors are focused on the job that it's doing, so it doesn't react to you. So the reaction of 7, go first. You get the first action. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am cold shotting the laser and trying to cleave through it with the katana.
Okay, trying to cut through the katana. All right, so cold shotting is 4, but to a specific target makes it 6. Would you like to use any combat pool?
How many words are we allowed to say during combat?
6 words.
As he's lining up to take his shot, I'm gonna say aim at the base for the laser.
Yes.
The laser stops and you can see its body kind of shift towards you. And then what do you want to do? We'll and then the other 2 will get their reactions. You just reacted the fastest, so how do you want this melee to play out, sir?
So yeah, this thing's turning towards me.
It just turned towards you. You have the drop on it, and you succeeded on your called shot, so you can cleave through its arm.
Yeah, I'm just whatever the laser is attached to, I'm just gonna give it a good old heave ho with the my die code katana.
Okay, I assumed it would be die coded.
And that is going to be 9S.
Oh yeah, you're cutting the arm off, no problem.
All right.
So, with 4 successes on their reaction test, what would you like to do to this drone, Red 4?
Okay, so so is there like a car?
It's in between 2 cars.
It's in between 2 cars. Red 4 would like to leap off of a car, going, "Ah!"
And you're just taking it straight down onto its
He goes,
body.
yeah.
Okay. How are you using your reach? Are you making its target numbers harder or
Its
yours?
target numbers lower.
Okay, it's making its harder. All right.
Yes.
So you're looking for 4s. You want to jump off the car, yell for honor, and come down on it. So it got 0. So you'll be able to stage your damage by 1. So I believe it's at serious right now.
No, it's light. I think the spears are light.
L.
Yeah, pole arms are L.
Okay,
so
it would
it's-
go to medium. Yeah, it would go to medium and then +1. Or no, it's just the +1 damage code. So you go from light to medium. You succeed, so
He's gonna run off the car like the good old days. Say for honor because he heard it once or twice in battle, and he's just and cleaving downward with the naginata.
all right, and he makes that connection and cuts into it. And finally, fearless leader.
I'm gonna use the die-coded katana to try to swing into as many of the legs as are near me and see how many of them I can take out.
Just
in
like
order
a
to try to...
sweep across. Gotcha. All right, roll away. You're looking for 4 4s.
As I come in from the side and hit it with a horizontal slash on the legs to try to cripple the drone and wound it as much as possible.
So from all 3 of you attacking, you have Red 2 cutting the laser arm, Red 4 from the top of a car, and you slashing off 2 legs in the process of attacking it from the side. You see it just with a slight electrical surge go over the top of it, and then it goes inert from missing 2 legs on one side.
I think we did it, guys. Well done.
I'm gonna pick up the arm and throw it at Red 1.
Okay.
It's your new toy.
Well,
all right.
I was gonna just Red 1 if you would just want to come over and look
Yeah,
at
I'll do.
look at what we got here. I mean,
All of it.
I mean, he's got microscopic vision. This is gonna help. He could take a real nice look here and tell us what's going on.
As walking over, I'll look at Red 4. I asked you to do as little damage as possible, and you went for the most surface area that you could possibly hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever must be done to strike down the foe.
All right. Okay, so what am I working? How much damage, like, quick estimate, how much damage has been dealt to this thing? Obviously enough to disable it, but
very significant.
do I think I could make something from this?
From the tool that you cut off, or if you want to try and take any of the other tools that are connected to it.
So the laser beam, right? The tool that I'm holding. Does it look like it needs to have anything to trigger from inside of it?
It looks like it'll need to be hooked up to a power source to be able to be used.
Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna start.
Was the power source damaged in the body of the drone?
Yes.
Okay. Does it look like it has any other interesting tools that might be of use?
It has a buzz saw kind of blade on the end of one arm.
Mhm.
Has a multi-tool, almost what you see from like a Swiss Army knife on another. There is a manipulator, kind of 3-digit hand on the end of one. And then, like I said, you have that fiber wire that's coming out of the back of it that's on a spool.
Okay. I mean, I would, with my toolkit, I would basically have a multi-tool, right? Or at least an equivalent.
You already have a multi-tool.
Okay. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the battery power supply was disabled. And I don't think it'd really be worth it to I mean, I could sit here and try to fix it, but it's probably not going to be fixed. The arm is working. Well, no, it's fine, but I need some type of power supply. So we got the arm, we got the laser arm, but I need at least a single AA battery to get it working. That's a joke. But if we come across any more drones, we'd have to secure a power supply from within.
Everybody knows that Arcology drones run on AAA, so I get you. That was a good one.
As they say that, I'm gonna slowly just pretend like I didn't pull the battery out of my flashlight on my gun and just put it back in and screw it back together.
Should we take any of this wire with us? High tension wire can be helpful in a multitude of ways.
Ooh, actually, how?
Do we have any handcuffs on us by chance?
No, I don't think you have any plasteel restraints with you.
Why?
Yeah, why did you want to know?
In case, just in case. I mean, we can use this high tension wire as
someone.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's.
Oh, you're saying if we need like to restrain people, we could use the high tension wire because
Exactly,
we don't
yeah.
have handcuffs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take a decent amount.
I mean, you can pull the whole spool if you want.
Sure. How heavy is the spool? That's the real worry.
It's surprisingly light.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, we'll take the whole spool.
I mean, if anything else, the R&D team, would probably appreciate that. Give it to the eggheads in the lab; they'll love you for it.
Sure.
Yeah, guys, we should probably move now.
Okay. Sounds good. Real quick before we move, quick scan just to make sure that nothing's already coming down or been alerted.
Does it look clear? We've been watching this whole time. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything has come up.
it looks clear.
All right, you can make it to the stairwell that you had marked out on your map. Do you want to go up, continue to go up the stairs here, or continue out on the ramp and go up that way? It's basically have two options.
Was this the stairwell that you had said was being monitored and patrolled?
No, it was the front of the building.
Yeah, that's
just the front of the building is
the entrance and ground floor.
Yeah, like on your HUD in your helmet, you should have a ping on your mini map of where like the furthest stairwell from that location will be.
I see.
So you have that or the ramp that you just killed the enemy drone or whatever that thing was.
I mean, we could go through stairwell and just take it slow up another floor or two, make sure that we don't come across anything and keep going from there. If that sounds good to everybody.
Is that your order?
Does that sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, cool. Yep. All right. That's the order. I get this vibe that not a lot of people in this squad played Little League when they were younger because we're not really getting a team building thing going on here. I'm trying to, if we're all going to have to do this.
Well, we're all used to taking orders from the person in command.
That's cool. The person in command is asking your opinion in these situations. So throwing you a little curveball here, mixing it up a little bit. Let's have a little fun with it, guys.
Not used to that.
Yeah, it's not really how we do things normally.
That's fair, but I'm the substitute teacher in this situation, so unfortunately can't roll in the AV cart for you. This is what you got.
I was a substitute teacher once. I understand.
Really?
I taught at the orphanage in my village.
Thank you, Red 4. I appreciate you.
So are you hitting the stairwell or going up the ramp?
Stairwell.
Okay. Are you taking the stairs as far up as you can go, or just going up the next parking level garage?
Going up floor by floor and like taking it slow as we go to make sure that to kind of just assess as we go.
Are you peeking out the doors, or
we're going to be moving up as far as we can in the stairwell is the overall goal, but playing it slow.
Okay.
As we approach.
Do we need to reroll stealth here?
Yes, reroll stealth. All right, you can make it all the way up to level 1, unless you wanted to stop at any of the other parking garage exit doors or at basement 1. You can go all the way up to the first floor, and then you'll have to abandon the stairwell after the first floor, as the next 2 levels of stairs are gone.
Are they clean cut like the railings and the cars?
Like the masonry, everything that was used to build the stairs up the next 2 floors is just gone. You can look up and see, and there's still some stairwells that, continue to go up.
Well, I was asking, like, is it like clean cut like everything else has been?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. Still clean cut like everything else you've run into.
So I guess this is our floor then.
First floor.
Looking at the map that we had gotten of the layout of the Arcology, by chance, is there like a Sam Goody on the first floor or somewhere we can go look for a power source for the laser arm?
Not on the ground floor. You're wanting floors 2 through 5 are where most of the restaurants and shopping centers are.
Okay.
On your ground floor, aside from the barricades that you can see that have been erected in front of the main entrance doorways, there are plenty of other things that are listed on here. There's smaller shops, there's a couple food concourses.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fun zone amusement park. There's also a tropical forest, a small zoo and aquarium, a large swimming pool, a permanent circus, and then other sections are listed, but you'd have to go and see if they're available. It's shaky as to what is here and what isn't. You will see that this place isn't as clean as the stairwells in the parking garage that you've seen. There's debris, there's like exploded pieces of ground, like with impact craters. There's masonry pieces, ripped up clothing, all kinds of stuff.
Any blood or bodies?
There are old bloodstains, no bodies.
And the bloodstains, as if like whatever it was there and then like dragged off, or just like
there's
up?
Drag marks to some, there's just blood spray on others. It's old, it doesn't look fresh, if that's what you're wondering.
So even though the people were killed here, it does not appear that they let the bodies in fact hit the floor.
They did not.
Okay.
So in our schematic that we have, how detailed is it? Is it basically like a mall map, or is it like a blueprint? Like on a sliding scale of mall map to blueprint, like how
Where
much
are you
detail?
at?
Yeah, like
you have a little bit more detail than mall map, but not quite full schematics. Like, it's not going to tell you where piping and electrical outlets and stuff like that, but it'll give you the basic floor plan. And
are there like I guess service stairwells or freight elevators or stuff that would normally be used by staff as opposed to citizens listed?
There is a staff hallway.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few freight elevators as opposed to the regular elevators, and then there is maintenance stairwells That'll also be highlighted as opposed to the regular foot traffic stairwells.
Okay, I'm gonna take those and ping from the closest to the furthest for everybody to see on our HUDs where these locations are, and then in the mic, I'll just I think that we should probably go for service or maintenance methods of getting up, since this seems to be pretty deliberate that these stairs were cut out.
Good call. I know Red 4 is going to be a fan of the staff hallway because he uses it. You know what? It's fine, guys. We can workshop that one later.
Oh.
Thank you. So, okay. So make our way to the closest service entrance off of the main concourse while moving stealthily.
Roll me some perception, so roll intelligence as you're moving. Yeah, Kaze is distracted by the thought of exploring some of the fun zones that are inside of the Arcology. The rest of you can actually hear voices and this kind of soft sound that's almost like, it's like a hover sound almost. It's just kind of low but steady. And it seems to be coming from slightly above you. Like you're on the very ground level of the ground floor. There's a little bit of tiers here on this first floor where you can get up the either stairs or what were once escalators that have now just become stairs.
Does it sound like
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Does it sound like a drone?
Maybe. It's nothing like you've ever heard before. Drones are usually either silent or they have some kind of propulsion system, or they're helicopters, so it would be much louder than what this sound is.
Can I get eyeballs on whatever's making the noise?
Yeah, you could move to a different position and it would give you better line of sight up one level to the next kind of it's level 2 of level 1. These kind of terraces that kind of protrude out a little bit.
All right, so I'll let everybody know that I'm moving to go get a sight line on whatever that noise is. Then I'll head off over, closest place I can to the group and try to get eyeballs on it.
You can see from this better position, there's a group of people that's walking along. Appears to be maybe three adult individuals. It looks like they have flak jackets on. They're all sporting automatic weaponry. You can see exposed, their arms are sleeveless, and you can just make out some black lines that go over their arm. But the thing that definitely catches your eye is the thing that is floating over them, just slightly behind them. It looks like a mechanical manta ray that is just slow hovering behind them.
Okay.
Complete with trailing tail thing. It has a very large central optic piece in the middle of it. It's like a dome glass piece, and you can see there are different optics in there, all whirling and pointing. And the underside of it, there are
eggs. It has eggs, doesn't it?
Well, it has these like cone shapes like the spider thing did on the underside of it that looks like they could open up and something could deploy from them.
Like eggs.
Yeah.
Sure, like eggs.
Yeah.
Like flying eggs.
You also notice that on the top of it, it is sporting some kind of mini turret.
Great. Okay.
Lord.
Well, with that information, I'll get on the comm link, level 1.5, 3 hostiles, 1 drone. Recommend we move from this area right now. And I'll make my way back to the group.
Okay,
Okay. We'll wait for him to get back.
sure.
Judging by the path that they were taking from where you could see them, what's going to be the best path for us to get out of here to the service entrance?
Can I calculate that?
They are unfortunately moving in the same direction that you would have been going for the first service entrance you were going to try for.
All
So
right.
you either have to double back, or you could potentially lose them in the tropical forest.
Well, I'll give 2 routes. I'll give the closest one that is a different direction from the way that they were moving, and then I'll also let Kaze know that we could potentially go into the forest, but that I don't recommend it.
Okay, I pull out my coin. No,
You should totally pull the coin out. You might as well at this point. If it lands on the edge, we have to fight.
that's if it lands perfectly straight up and down. Yeah, that's how that works. I mean, I think in this case scenario, it doesn't really seem like they're on a high alert from us taking out the drone, so they may not necessarily still be looking. So I think completely avoiding this patrol group, and if we do the double back to the alternative route, is probably going to be the safest bet for right now. So I think we should do that one and avoid the forest.
Death forest.
Jungle.
Clearly.
Jungle.
Okay, death jungle.
Either way, what
It's
is a
an
jungle?
indoor jungle.
What is a jungle but a forest with humidity? All right.
Fine.
All right, so we're turning around.
Yeah, let's do the safe. Let's go for the safer route and double back to the other entrance point.
You guys can make it to the service entrance.
I'm surprised you haven't turned that cloak into like a form-fitting bodysuit at this point, given your background.
It's more fun this way. Also, it's because I want to have the option to be able to lend it out to other people to use. And if I
fair,
make it into
yeah.
a suit that's just for me,
It's true.
you know,
Good point. It's a good point.
having a lanky stealth suit is like if you trip on your own foot trying to take a step, that's kind of
That makes sense. That makes sense. I've just always wondered why hasn't he like done something with that? He's got this cloak and he always wants to use it. Like, why is he not like tailored it? He tailors everything else.
Because it was convenient that one time that I could give it to Spider so she could have a stealth cloak.
Fair enough.
So ever since
Fair
then, I
enough.
was like, oh, this kind of just that makes sense. Okay, so we make it to, you said the entrance, the other service entrance.
Yeah.
Breach formation, gentlemen.
You're going for the employee hallways, or you're going for like a service stairwell?
I was thinking a service stairwell because we want to go up, so that's probably what I would have pointed out.
Okay.
Okay.
You can get up to the 3rd floor where a lot of the mall shops and everything are. The areas have been heavily ransacked. You can see none of the security gates are down on any of the shops. It looks like there's been clothing strewn around. There's refuse that's on the floor. Again, there are old blood streaks here and there, the occasional crater in the ground. Again, no bodies. But while you're here, please make me a perception roll when you get up to this new floor. You can hear what sounds like someone whimpering or crying. That's down the street in one of the shops.
Yeah, I'll just get on the comms. Sounds like a tango down that way.
Sounds like crying.
They're all tangos.
Not afraid to shoot a baby.
If they're not us, they're tangos.
Could also be a trap, considering that we're still lower on the flooring.
What's our next like spot to ping on the map? Easy.
You've got another employee stairwell that you can hit. It is in the same direction that you're hearing the noise come from.
Is there another one maybe a little bit further, but away from that direction?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. So again, just assume that like when we get up to a new
You
floor,
think how big the Arcology is, where it's a pyramid,
Right.
so you can go a different direction and find another entrance. It'll just take longer.
just assume that like when we get up to a new floor, that I'm immediately doing that. That
Just
I'm
searching for a way.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map and pinging on our HUDs like the
Okay.
closest like 3 options to go up further. Preferably like something that is employee, but if there's nothing available close by, like it's a regular,
Mhm.
So just assume that and tell me what we get when we get there, so I can stop telling you that I have to do that.
So you're moving away from the cries and whimpers for help.
Yeah, there is no help. There's only Zool.
You can make it to the next employee security door, or not security door, but the next employee entrance.
Take the stairwell.
Who's going first?
Breach order, baby.
Okay.
2 always goes first.
All right, 2, please roll your reaction. You go to push open the door, and you have just enough time, thanks probably to your wired reflexes, to jump and throw yourself backwards. As when the door pushes open, you can hear something go twang, and then there's a miniature explosion that goes off in the doorway. It will cause some rubble to fall down. If you want to go through this doorway, you can. You just have to take some time clearing the rubble away and hope that nothing is drawn by the noise
Red 2, you okay?
from the explosion.
Yeah, no, I'm great. Fantastic.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume that if this door was already booby-trapped, that there's probably more things lying on the other side of that hallway that are probably going to be equally bad. You said that, didn't you say that there was another pathway if we double back past the noise where we heard the cries for help? Was that an alternate service pathway?
There should be 2 more pings on the map. So I don't know like where the third one was. Option 1 was through the hallway with the kid or whatever was crying. Option 2 was the door that just blew up. And option 3 is somewhere else. Easy.
Option 3 is a service elevator.
Okay, so not option 3. So I think we need to double back for option 1 at this point, because
We could go up the shaft.
we could, but if anything learns that we're there and can remote activate elevators, and then we have an elevator that's just flinging up at us or down on us from either direction, I still don't necessarily trust it. I think option 1 is still going to be the safest route. And if we play it stealthily, we could try to see if we can get eyes on the cries that we heard earlier. And if it's somebody who's managed to make it into their, from when all of this fallout initiated, they might be able to give us some information. Maybe they know something. I'm not saying that this is going to become an escort mission and we're taking them with us, but at the very least, if we can get some type of information out of them, that might be more helpful than not.
You're the boss.
Okay, well, let's do that then. We'll head back towards option 1.
Okay. I mean,
Stealthily.
you can still hear the whimpering and pleas for help coming out of one of the stores
Which
as you
store?
get closer. It looks like it was a clothing apparel store. The windows have been busted out. Looks like there are some explosion marks inside the doorway, and there's definitely rubble that's littering the floor as well. You can hear the cries coming from inside the store.
Tactical call here, team. Do we just keep going, or should we take a look?
I doubt our computer technician is sitting inside a store crying. So even if it is someone that may not be hostile, they're probably just going to weigh us down.
When we saw the weird manta ray looking thing, it was hovering behind people,
Mm-hmm.
and the people looked like they were in compliance with it, or they were just like
They were
did it seem
heavily armed, calmly walking in front of it.
okay.
Plus, they have those 2 bands that are the
They're the black
they're-
arm
they're-
bands, so
they're-
they're
they're
Right.
the kill on sight kind of guys.
Right. But like our directive is that everyone here, aside from our target, is a hostile.
if they have a black armband, and if you can't see their arms, then you assume that they're hostile by default.
Especially if they have.
Especially if they have a black armband. Yes. I mean, it does probably feel like this is a trap, so we'll just continue on to the service entrance and move past the store.
As we go by, can I at least like look in and see what's going on in there?
Yeah. You can spot that there's some shape or somebody back near the dressing area. It looks like they're trapped under a piece of rubble, calling out for help.
There is no help, only Zool.
It is a younger voice. Otherwise, you can make it to the stairwell. No problems. Who's opening the door?
It's two. It's always two. I mean, unless you want to have 4 check for traps from now on.
And 4 check for traps?
He's our tech. He can tech for traps.
That's
You mean one?
You mean
Oh,
one?
yeah, 1. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 1. Sorry.
Yeah. I can do that. It's your call.
Yeah. I thought
Well,
last.
considering that the last door exploded,
I don't really have a way of checking for trap. Is there a little window on the door? Can I see through the window, see if there's any like wires or anything?
Sure, roll perception. No wires. Everything looks fine.
It looks not trapped, but I mean, I'm not a bomb I don't check traps. I don't know, but I don't see anything on the other side. So I'm gonna take a couple steps back before you open the door anyways. But I don't see any wires. So like, I don't know. Maybe we should get like a long like broom to like push open doors.
that's not a bad idea. Does anybody have a tactical broom on them by chance? That would...
No, somebody that has a giant pole arm.
Oh, that is also true. You walk through first, Red 4.
I don't see what the hubbub is about. If it's an explosion, just dodge it.
Truer words never spoken.
You push the door open. Okay. So as you push the door open, it's swings all the way open. You do hear a click when it hits the side, and rigged up from the top of the door, this thing falls down like it's supposed to stab or impale whoever walks through the door. It was not an electronic trap. It was set up manually. It's got like sharpened drone pieces attached to the end of it. It looks very, very crude.
It's a hobo trap.
Red 1, next time when you're checking the doors, look up as well, not just down.
Got it. I will do that from now on.
Yeah, technically, you didn't lie. There was no tripwire.
Yeah, no tripwire. He's fine.
I didn't say, I just said look up as well. That's... Traps come in 2 cardinal directions, my friend.
I would like to stealthily go through the door.
You guys can stay in here until you hit what would be the 6th floor. And then again, stairs have been removed from the stairwell to continue to go upward. So you can either go back down and exit on a lower floor or exit on the 6th floor.
Think we get out here, gentlemen, on the 6th? 20 years? Well, wait, did you say it was floors 2 through what? Where the like shopping
2 through
area
5.
was? 2 through 5?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we want to see if we can find something on 5 that we might be able to find a power source for our laser arm, or do we just want to keep pushing at this point?
I'm sure we'll probably run into another drone in the future, so I feel like we're going to have plenty of possibilities.
As long
But
as
it's
you
your
make
call.
sure to warn Red 4 ahead of time to be wary of the power supply.
I will do my best.
All right, fair enough.
Onward to the 6th floor then.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get off on the 6th floor.
So this floor, according to your map, is split into 2 different sections. The northern half of the 6th floor is called the club quarter. This is where all of the nightclubs and bars and everything are located. Whereas the southern half are the mall offices. So are you wanting to go to the southern half or the northern half of this floor?
Where are the nearest potential ways up?
You have one through you have one that's indicated through the mall offices that actually might take you all the way to the 13th floor. It's an elevator. The others are in the club areas, again, for employee access into hallways and some stairwells.
Why is it always an elevator with you, Easy? Why can't we just... Jesus.
All right, I'll ping the elevator in like gold and the other ones in like yellow. Or no, not yellow. That's like the same shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Red.
Okay. Well, do we risky bisky on the elevator here to try to get all the way up to goal, or slow and steady? What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking you're the boss.
Helpful as always.
I think slow and steady is probably the best way to go.
Okay.
We don't even know if the elevators are going to even be powered.
True. Or by what?
Most of the things that you've seen so far when you've been in here have had power.
Okay, well, minor details.
Well, we don't know what the elevator, if the elevator is attached into the network, which it probably is, and you know
Probably. That's how
all
elevators usually
again.
work.
As I said during the debrief, all robots evil, and an elevator is basically a robot in this situation. So,
Elevator's basically a robot. So we're heading towards the golden elevator first, as the instant way up to the 13th floor.
no, through the club section.
Club section.
Yes,
Okay.
the slow and steady route.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Allegedly, as long as there aren't robots in the race, because they cheat. Because they're robots.
All right, so as you get closer, you're going to hear the sound of gunfire. There's a fight going on in the club section that you're headed towards.
Sounds like a banger in there.
This guy gets it. Thank you, Red One. I'm glad you're here.
No problem.
You can hear the familiar sound of small arms fire and automatic weapons.
Would they be fighting?
Could be the resistance.
Evil or resistance.
Yeah, you were briefed that there is a resistance.
Shall we stealthily
Resistance
approach?
good guys? Are we trying to save the resistance? Or work? Are they...
The resistance are the people that are alive that are allegedly not under AI control, so we should not shoot the resistance if possible.
Okay, so
yes.
do we want to go probably help the resistance?
That would probably be the good bet. Yes, that would be the safe call. So
Lead the way.
stealthily make our way towards the sounds of gunfire.
Okay. Roll stealth, please. You guys can easily make your way towards the sound of the gunfire. Stealthy, you'll come across a T intersection. And it looks like you're technically in maybe an alleyway between clubs, and the main thoroughfare is where the fight is happening. On one end, you can see people in tattered, dirty clothing firing with a mix of weaponry, throwing, some of them have Molotov cocktails as well. You'll see one pitched over at these other sets of barricades across the street, where you can see a small group of 4 is again in that kind of flak armor. And you can spot a couple of them have the branding on their arm. But the other weird thing that definitely sets them apart is racing out from their position towards these ramshackle looking people are these 2 things that are about 3-ish feet tall and are spinning like tops, and they're spinning towards the barricades. Now, you have the option of, do you guys want to engage or let this play out?
Red 3, what do you think your chances are of hitting those before they reach the barricade?
Well, they're moving pretty fast, so like, I mean, like, this is clearly like a conversation that's not actually happening, but I could probably hit one of them. So I can't shoot at more than one target. I can't shoot at more than one target, can I?
If you have automatic fire, you can split your targets.
Oh, yeah. How far am I from them?
I would say you're within medium distance of your weapon.
All right, and where are we in relation to, like, are we in an alleyway?
Yeah, you're in an alleyway. They're on the main thoroughfare. It's like a cross intersection.
Okay, so, like, one's, like, the bad guys are to our left and the good guys are to our right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What's in between, like, my line of sight, I guess? Am I looking through store windows? Like, you know, are we just popping out of the corner?
Yeah, it'd be coming out of the corner in between two club buildings. Like you were literally in an alleyway.
Oh, like Kaze, no, I can probably hit them both. Maybe.
Well, I like those odds.
I'm shooting at the two dreidels.
Perchance, does anybody here have any, like, flashbangs or tactical smoke, or do we have any of that type of armament? Then
Everybody should have 2 flash grenades and 2 smoke grenades, except for Red One, who will have the 6 smoke grenades that it can fire from his grenade launcher.
Gotcha.
Right.
So with Red 3 going after the Beyblades, Red One, how do you feel about popping around towards the guys behind the barricades, and then the rest of us can rush them?
So we're trying to kill everyone here?
No, the bad guys.
There's 2 sets of barricades.
There's 2 sets of barricades. Sorry. The resistance is on one side of the barricades with the Beyblades going towards it. The other guys are on the other one. So I'm wanting Red 3 to take the shot at the Beyblades.
Hey, no survivors. I'm here for it. Got it.
You take a shot at the enemies with their barricade. Then after you take your shot, me and Red 4 and Red 2 will rush in and try to clean up if people are left alive that are bad.
I'm here for it.
Okay, well, since I probably only have regular rounds in right now, I'm not swapping magazines to go do this.
So you're taking shots at these things?
Yeah. So you see 3 run up to the corner, and you just hear these 2 loud as from the bottom of my cyber feet, 2 like braces shoot into the concrete to pin me to the ground for a second. And I'm just gonna pull up my rifle and spray shots at these things.
Is anyone else shooting?
I mean, I'm shooting a grenade launcher, but not at them.
Okay, what are you shooting the grenade launcher at?
I'm shooting the grenade launcher behind the barricade of the enemy, not the resistance.
Okay, are you using your high
explosive grenades? Yes.
Okay.
Just popping one over the barricade.
And then the 3 melee guys, what is your surprise plan here? Are you running out? Are you staying in the alleyway and waiting? What do you want to do?
He's shooting smoke grenades or HE?
He shot HE.
Ew.
One HE round at the enemy.
Yeah, definitely not going in there for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd give it a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think they're like airburst too.
How many enemies are like the enemies have the things, correct?
There's 4 of them.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna shoot then.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up my is a Ruger Thunderbolt.
Yeah, so it's burst fire.
Gotcha.
Yep, burst fire.
Are you called shotting or just firing?
Just firing at one of the guys in there.
And Kaze and Red 4. Are you guys shooting, running out? What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna hold for now. I'm just waiting.
Waiting to see what happens? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding next to Kaze just because
Okay,
he is
so-
kind of the VIP.
Both of you holding actions. Gotcha. All right, so here is how it plays out from all of your successes. You have Red 3 pop up into the middle of your alleyway entrance and just kind of plant, and then hose down the 2 spinning tops that were racing towards the defender side. At the same time, Red 1 kind of does the lean out from the side and taps a grenade behind the barricades, as does Red 2 popping out also from behind the corner and just putting a quick burst fire down at some of the guys that are behind barricades. The barricades are going to take the brunt of the damage from the burst fire shot from Red 2. It'll ricochet off. From your automatic fire from Red 3, he has forced one of the tops to actually bang into the other one. So they clash and then ricochet off each other, which puts them off their intended track of running down into the defenders. And the grenade lands perfectly behind the barricade. And now roll initiatives. So initiative Red 3, you're first.
All right. What's the situation with the dreidels, or the death dreidels?
They have collided into each other and rebounded off. They have to recalibrate. It looks like they have to kind of recalibrate to keep going back towards the defenders that were behind barricades that they were headed towards, cause them to ricochet off one another.
Okay, so they're just like, they're still moving down the street, but they're off target.
Yeah.
Are they to our position yet, or past our position, or they're before us?
They're just before you.
Okay, can I full auto again at both of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the start of the initiative pass, so you can do whatever you want.
All right, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fire 6 shots this time, though. I'm going to go 3 and 3. So keeping my position braced up against the wall, I'm going to continue to aim and just 3 bursts.
And again, it's going to hit one and cause it to fly into a building, and it crashes through a window and looks like it hits its side. The other one maintains, it wobbles a little, but doesn't get knocked off, and looks like it has changed direction to intercept you instead. And here it comes. It'll keep going at high speed without stopping. As it gets to your position, a hail of spikes fires out from it down your alleyway.
Hey, can I attempt to dodge this?
You rooted yourself, remember?
Yeah, I don't think they're like, it doesn't say anything about like you have to take like an action, you know, to put them down or pull them out.
Yeah, you can dodge. You can spend combat pool to dodge. You're looking for 4s. So it fires down the hallway in these sharp spike needles almost that just explode off the side of it towards you. What is your armor rating?
Impact is 7.
Please make me a body roll at target number 2. You can feel these spike needles hit your armor. Some of them embed in the armor, and others just kind of bounce off and sprinkle off onto the ground. Red 2, you're up.
All right. Well, that's spinning tops his problem, not mine. What are those two? What are the 2 guys, or what is it? 3 guys behind the barrier? How many guys are behind the barrier?
There's 4 people that are back there, and they're split 2 and 2. There's 2 behind one barrier and 2 behind another.
All right.
And they're firing down the main street. Although they did take cover when you popped out of nowhere and tried to take a pot shot at them.
The HE grenade didn't do anything to him?
Hasn't gone off yet. You guys are reacting so fast.
Okay, well, I guess time to take some more pot shots there. I'll pop around the corner while poor Red 3 is dealing with the Beyblade from hell. Just pop around the corner, take aim, and shoot at one of the guys hiding behind the cover.
You hear, and there's a spray of blood, and you see him drop behind the barricade. Red 4.
And where's Kaze in initiative?
The enemies will react, then Kaze goes.
Okay, cool. He's taken a liking to the rather friendly nature of Kaze, and he's feeling this weird sense that he's wanting to like make sure that this doesn't mess up on his last mission. So he's going to just hold or like can I prepare to like swing at anybody if they happen to come close from
You
somewhere?
can hold your action if you want.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and then the blues will go. So there's gunfire. They're firing again down the street, kind of ignoring you, except from the barricade that Red 2 had just fired on. Somebody pops up. You don't see anything, but Red 4, you hear the distinctive sound of something bouncing off the wall in your alleyway, and it happens to be falling directly towards your group as it was bounced off the wall.
Can I identify what this is?
It's a small spherical object.
Oh hell no. Okay, so, oh gosh, and it's landing towards my group, which is me and Kaze.
And Red 1.
Oh god. I don't know if they can react to it.
Well, you delayed your action, so
Oh, that's
why you're
right.
you're getting the chance to react to it because you delayed.
Can I push them
Push them where? Down
out of
the
the
alley?
Like, yeah, away.
So if you push them down the alleyway, I mean, you're in this small cordon. If it goes off, it's going to shoot
Oh
down.
god. Okay, well if
both
it lands,
sides.
I'm gonna pull a good old Captain America and sit on that thing.
Okay, so you grab it and just land on the ground. Roll me in athletics to grab it out of the air.
Oh, you sick son of a gun! Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
So I'm all for the drama. Kaze, you get a chance to react.
I'd say, as we're in combat, throw it away.
Well, he's just grabbed it like he's got it. Do you want to run out of the alleyway? Do you want to do something else? He's already kind of sandwiched it.
Where are we in position to the Beyblade in Red 3?
So Red 3 is kind of at the mouth of the alleyway between the two buildings that you've come up on.
Uh-huh.
And that particular Beyblade had slowed down just slightly to like fire a shower of spikes at him that rebound off his armor, and then it continues to move forward.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna hold action until after the grenade round goes off still, because, you know, charging into a group of enemies before a grenade explodes next to them seems like a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna hold action for now.
Red 1, at the top of your turn, your grenade that you fired goes off. And it's 10
10 series. 10 series.
Okay.
10S.
Goes off, right?
Yeah.
And then also on your guys' side, goes off. But your kaboom is underneath a person.
He's got 7 strength armor. He'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe did he start? How's he looking? How's the body looking?
Well, it gets a little changed because he's directing the whole blast on himself instead of it going out away. Okay, I'm gonna need you to please body test me.
Well, I'm gonna body you. Okay.
I need a body test.
How am I doing?
Uh,
Especially with it immediately next to me.
well, not even immediately
not
next to
next to
you. You grabbed it and
yeah.
kind of hugged it as you fell to the ground. So in this initiative pass, all you guys are just gonna see is this, and you'll watch his body jump. Who knows what happens? You guys are in combat.
No, he was 3 days from retirement.
That's where we should end it.
As I'm dying, I want to dedicate this to my family and friends. The Crimson Gecko, Bear Dub, the Rogue 404, Drekstorm, and Nicholas. But before I go, I also want to thank my colleagues, Anthony, Tim, John, Tommy, Kyle, Computer Sam, Mark, and Micah. Okay, while we're here, I also want to thank Niles, Flady1 Gaming, Manic, Sender, Winter, and Pelico. Oh. And Jim.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.